What's up guys, Zach's from the Good Time Gaming, and today I'm bringing you guys a heavy armor build. This one's going to utilize the ICTV armor, the Berserker skill, and we're going to use a Flamethrower. Yes. I'm calling this build the Ultimate Flamer because you are going to be flaming some motherfuckers with your Flamethrower. Now depending on the secondary you bring, this build can pretty much handle everything out there. You can handle regular cops, you can handle shields, you can handle cloakers, you can handle snipers, you can handle bulldozers, you can handle your mother. I mean, nobody can handle your mother because, you know, she's so fat and everything. But besides your mother, this can handle anything. So as per usual, we're going to run through the skills, we're going to run through the weapons, the perk deck, and then I will show you guys this thing kicking ass in game. So let's get to it. Alright guys, starting out in Enforcer, we're going to go down to Shotgunner and Ace Underdog. Doing so will give us 15% more damage, 15% damage reduction when there's more than 3 enemies within a 18 meter radius of us. Will last for 7 seconds. Pretty much should be on all the time. We will now go over to Tank, and we will Ace Resilience. It'll increase our armor recovery rate by 15% and reduce the effect of flashbang by 75%. We'll go up to the third tier here and take the first rank of Shock and Awe to increase our armor recovery rate by 25% for us and our crew. And we're going to go ahead and Ace Bullseye. You could put your points somewhere else. The Flamethrower doesn't actually benefit from Bullseye because it doesn't headshot, but your secondary can benefit from it, so there is that. But with Bullseye Ace, you get 25 armor for each successful headshot. It can occur every 2 seconds. And last, we'll Ace Iron Man to unlock the ICTV armor, and also get 30% more armor value, so pretty handy. Next up, we'll take the first rank of Scavenger to go ahead and unlock this tier here. We will go up into Bullet Storm. We're going to go ahead and Ace Bullet Storm. Whenever we place down an ammo bag, it will grant players the ability to shoot without losing any ammo up to 5 seconds after interacting with it. The more ammo they replenish, the longer the duration of the effect. And then acing it will make it so the base duration is 15 seconds. Now you guys know that normally I take Ace Scavenger when it comes to ammo specialist. The reason I do this is because the Flamethrower is pretty nice to use whenever you don't have to deplete any ammo for it. And this will allow you to do that once you have to ammo up, so it's kind of cool. You could go ahead and just Ace Scavenger, like so, and then do like that to get fully loaded. You could do that too, so that works too. So either one works. But for this build, I'm going this route. Alright, next up we're going to have Ace Extra Lead to get 2 ammo bags and increase the ammo that they have in them by 200%. And then we will Ace Fully Loaded to give us 25% more ammo, which is very handy for our Flamethrower. And to also increase the amount of ammo we get from ammo boxes by 75%, so it makes it a little more manageable. And we'll also have a 5% chance to get a throwable from an ammo box. That chance goes up by 1% each time we pick up an ammo box that does not contain a throwable. So if we pick up 20 ammo boxes and none of them have throwable, then the next box you pick up has 25% chance to give us a throwable. And then it resets once you actually get one. We will go over into Technician. We'll take the first rank of Steady Grip to gain 8 weapon accuracy and unlock tier 2. We'll take the first rank of Fire Control to gain 12 weapon accuracy while firing from the hip. We will Ace Lock and Load. The basic version allows us to hip fire with our weapons while sprinting. And the Ace version will make it so that killing 2 enemies with SMGs, LMGs, assault rifles, or special weapons set on automatic fire mode will reduce our next reload time by up to 60%. This bonus is reduced by 1% for each bullet above 20 in the total magazine size, down to a minimum of 20% reload reduction. Now this is good for a couple reasons here, okay? The main reason is that this actually affects our Flamethrower. So if you ace this and you have you run out of ammo on your Flamethrower, you've killed 2 people, you're going to get up to 60% quicker reload on your Flamethrower. If you've used a Flamethrower before, you know it has a very slow, very sluggish reload on it. This is going to make that a lot more manageable and a lot more easy to do. And then we will go ahead and take the first rank of Surefire to give us 15 more bullets in our SMGs, LMGs, and assault rifles. So pretty straightforward there. We are now over in Ghost. We will take the first rank of Ghost to gain 25% more stamina, to have our stamina start regenerating 25% faster after sprinting, and to also move 25% faster while we sprint. We will Ace Parkour. We will gain 10% additional movement speed and 20% increased speed while climbing, and we'll be able to run in any direction and also run and reload at the same time. So very handy if you need to fall back or if you need to move and you don't want to have to interrupt your reload on your Flamethrower. Well, guess what? You don't have to with this skill. And last but not least here, we will Ace Shockproof. The reason for this is that tasers are pretty much a big pain in the ass, and when it comes to Flamethrowers, they can really fuck you up for a number of reasons. First off, they can tase you to where they're out of range. So if they tase you and they're too far away, then congratulations, you're not getting free. The other thing is that if they do tase you and you start going crazy with your Flamethrower, you're going to burn through a shitload of ammo very quickly. This is going to allow you to get out of that very quickly with Shockproof. So whenever you get tased, if you press F or whatever your interact key is, within 2 seconds of getting tased, you will automatically free yourself, and that'll backfire on the taser. So then you can roll up on his ass and burn him to death, and get your sweet revenge. We'll take the first rank of Second Wind to make it so that whenever our armor breaks, we gain 30% increased movement for 5 seconds, which is very handy for Berserkers. We move a little bit quicker and get back in cover. And we'll take the first rank of Optical Illusions to make it 45% less likely that we are targeted by enemies. Moving over into Fugitive, we will ace 9 lives. We will have 50% increase in our bleed out health, and we'll also gain the ability to go down 1 more time before going into custody. So you get down 4 times before you actually go into custody. And we'll ace Swan Song. Swan Song will make it so that instead of getting downed instantly whenever we get shot to death, we can keep on fighting for 3 seconds with a 60% movement penalty before going down. If we ace it, then we get an additional 6 seconds, and ammunition that we use will not be depleted while its effect is active. So you'll be able to infinitely fire your gun or your flamethrower whenever you're in that going down portion of Swan Song, which is very handy. We'll take the first rank of Martial Arts and Bloodthirst. We don't really care about what they do, it's just get us to Berserker. So with Berserker, the lower your health is, the more damage you do. When your health is below 50%, you will do up to 100% more damage with ranged weapons and up to 250% more damage with melee and saws. Entering Berserker state negates third-party regeneration effects. The important thing to know about Berserker is that the lower your health is, the more damage you will do with your guns. So I believe it's about 4% more damage for every 5% or so health, but regardless of what the number is, the lower you are, the better. So the closer you can get to being fucking dead, without being fucking dead, you do more damage. This affects the Flamethrower, and actually if you can get your health way down there, you're doing almost 30 damage with your Flamethrower, having the Berserker effect on there, which is pretty nice. Alright, we now move over into the primary weapon slot. Now obviously, primary weapon is a Flamethrower because it's a Flamethrower build. Before our Flamethrower, we're going to use the following, okay? I have a skin for mine. You don't have to have a skin, that's optional, obviously. We're going to use the damage boost to gain 1 more damage with our lovely Flamethrower. And for the magazine, we will take the Well Done magazine, okay? This is going to give us 3 more damage at a cost of 150 ammo. It's a lot of ammo to lose, but you have fully loaded and ammo bags, so you should have no problem keeping your ammo up otherwise. For the secondary, I recommend either the Krinkov submachine gun or the CR-805B. Really, you can use anything else that you really want to. You could use the Cross Vertex if you have that. You could use Jacket's Piece, the Micro Uzi. It's not super important. You could use the Heather submachine gun, that's a pretty good one too. I happen to prefer the Krinkov and the CR-805B because they're very strong guns. They both do 88 damage if you're rounding up. They have great accuracy, they have great stability. They're just great guns all around, and they complement your weapons very well. Because obviously the Flamethrower lacks range. You can't really do a whole lot against bulldozers because the damage is very slow. You stun bulldozers with your Flamethrower, but you can't really kill them that easily without using a lot of ammo. That's where these guns come in. So I recommend these 2 high-powered guns here. Use whichever one you prefer. If you don't have either of them, then there's no reason why you shouldn't, because the Krinkov is not DLC. But if you have DLC, I like the 805B too. For your perk deck, you'll be happy to know you have a couple different options here. Originally when I was making this build, I was thinking, yeah, Yakuza is the best one to do here, definitely. The way Yakuza works is that it is basically entirely tailored towards Berserker. So whenever your health is below 25%, you gain 20% armor recovery rate. You also gain 20% movement speed. You gain an additional 20% armor recovery rate. You gain an additional 20% armor recovery rate. And for the final portion of Yakuza, the Berserker state effect will begin at 50% of health instead of 25. So it shouldn't really matter if it's 50 or 25, you're going to be low health anyways. But basically you're going to get all that armor recovery rate plus movement speed with Yakuza, which is good, don't get me wrong. Totally good. But then I started looking around a little bit more and I thought, well, you know what? Sociopath would be really good with that. With Sociopath, whenever you're within medium range of an enemy, so even one enemy, you take 8% less damage. When you kill an enemy, you generate 30 armor, and this can occur once every 2 seconds. So that's actually really strong because the Flamethrower is going to roast through people really fucking fast, and 30 armor is quite a bit of armor to be getting back just from killing people, so that's very strong. Killing an enemy with a melee weapon regenerates 10% health. You shouldn't be doing that because you don't want health back. Overdose, killing an enemy at medium range regenerates 30 armor, so again, possibilities here to regenerate armor, which is good. And then the last one, Showdown. Killing an enemy at medium range has 75% chance to spread panic among your enemies. Obviously, panicked enemies will not shoot at you, they cannot hurt you, and they're easy targets. So Sociopath is arguably the stronger perk deck here between that and Yakuza. If neither of those appeal to you, you can also do Infiltrator. So with Infiltrator, 8% less damage within medium range, additional 8% damage within medium range, additional 8% damage within medium range. Each successful melee hit will increase melee damage, don't care about that. 8% additional damage from enemies within medium range, and then again melee damage. And the last one will give you 20% more health if you hit somebody with a melee attack. Again, shouldn't be using that. So basically, Infiltrator will reduce your damage taken by around 32%, I believe is what it is. So damage reduction with Infiltrator, armor and spread panic with Sociopath, armor recovery rate, and movement speed with Yakuza. So either of those three, you pick one. You pick one of those. I think I like Sociopath the best, but Yakuza is good too. If none of those appeal to you because you're just insane or whatever, you can also do Armorer. Armorer is pretty straightforward. 10% more armor, 10% more armor, 10% more armor. Armor recovery rate goes up by 10%. Whenever you get your armor knocked out, you're invincible for 2 seconds. And for 5% more armor, it reduces the armor recovery time by 10%. 4 options if you really want to push it. But I would stick to either Sociopath or Yakuza. And of course you have to use the Hothead mask, obviously. I mean, there's just no other mask that fits. Mine kind of looks like he has hair. And it kind of reminds me of Hitler a little bit. Like, I wish I'd get like a little mustache down there, maybe like a Hitler stash. But I don't know, it makes me think of Hitler whenever I look at this. So, you know, Hitler liked to roast things, as we know. He was a world-renowned chef and cook. So, here we go. That's our lovely mask there. Alright, let's go in game and roast some people and kill some shit, shall we? One thing I probably noticed pretty quickly is that when it comes to cloakers, tasers, and bulldozers, the flamethrower will actually stun them. So you can actually completely stun lock a cloaker, you can stun lock a taser, stun lock a bulldozer if you just tap shoot them with a flamethrower. I recommend not holding down the trigger because you burn through a lot of ammo that way, but just gently like tapping it, like tap, 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 kind of like what you're seeing here. You'll rarely ever see me really just hold down the fire on the flamethrower. The only exception is where a couple times I almost get cloaked by a cloaker, so I go ahead and just smoke them real quick with the fire. But in general, you want to just do like tap shooting with the flamethrower, not sustained flame power. And as you can see with the bulldozers, you don't need a sustained fire jet just to keep them from shooting at you. Just some quick taps, tap, 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 and keep them from messing with you at all. One of the big weaknesses of this build can be ammo. Even with having the fully loaded ace skill, your ammo will go pretty quickly sometimes. It's hard to really regenerate it. The best thing you can do, really, as far as your ammo goes with picking up boxes, is just try and like maintain it and not keep it from going like ridiculously low. You'll probably have to ammo up at some point, which is fine. You know, you have your own ammo bags, but just kind of be ready for that and be aware of that. And when it comes to reloads, definitely try and run your flamethrower out before you actually go for a reload. It's not hard to get 2 kills with, you know, that gun or even your secondary before switching over and actually doing the reload, because the reload will take a little bit of time to do, and you're vulnerable during that time. You don't want to die. I don't want you to die. Don't die. Your perk deck can really influence your style of play. With the Sociopath perk deck, I do feel like I can kind of push offense a little bit more. I don't have to use cover as much. I know I can like burn some people and get a lot of armor back very quickly and sustain my armor as well. With Yakuza, I know I have to be a little bit more precautious. I can still push, you know, I move a little bit faster, but I gotta be ready for that moment my armor starts getting low or it breaks to get into cover. With Infiltrator, obviously you're taking a lot less damage right off the top, so you can be kind of mindful of that. And then Armorer, you have a higher armor pool anyways, so you can kind of push a little bit more without having to worry about it. But I find Sociopath to be the best of all of them. The constant stream of armor regeneration, combined with the ability to make the cops cower, is just a great combination, and it works so well with Flamethrower, and as well as your secondary. Don't be afraid to use your secondary, and don't forget that you have it. Use it to pick off cops at a distance, or tasers at a distance, dozers at a distance. Don't waste your precious primary ammo on dozers. Use it to kind of knock their armor off if you want to a little bit. Switch that secondary, and then just be smart and kill them. This build might seem kind of like at first that you can just be a dumbass oaf and just do great with it, but really you need to have a little bit of finesse with how you play it. And you gotta be mindful of your surroundings and, you know, what you can do and what you can't do. And please watch out for tasers. They will fuck your day up. They will fuck your day up. So that about brings us to the end of this video, guys. Let me know what you think of this Ultimate Flamer build. I love the Flamethrower. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game, and it's one that I highly recommend people using. I feel like it kind of gets forgotten because it's kind of like in this little tab that no one really goes to in the primary tree. But it's in there, guys. Go get it, check it out, have some fun with it, and let me know what you guys think. This is Zach's been a Good Time Gaming. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share if you like anything you saw today. And remember to always have a good time gaming.